If you want to break the YouTube algorithm, you have to understand one key thing that could lead to more watch time and retain people for longer. And that simple thing is what everyone is using to grab attention: pattern interrupts. But to fully understand pattern interrupts, you have to understand how to use them correctly, how to use them to optimize watch time, and how to use them to retain people for longer. But first, let's talk a little about the YouTube algorithm. In order to understand the YouTube algorithm, you have to understand its job. When you post a video on YouTube, you have the chance to go viral. But in order to go viral, the YouTube algorithm starts to analyze your content. And the three main ingredients that the YouTube algorithm studies are your CTR, click-through rate, which is how many times your thumbnail appeared and people clicked on it, and the second one is retention, or your intro. And this is one of the key factors in order to actually grow on YouTube and fully understand how to go viral in this platform. After that, YouTube algorithm starts to test your content, pushing your content to people with similar interests to the people who already watch your content, and starts to analyze these two things again and again and again and again. But the YouTube algorithm favors one thing, which is watch time, your ability to retain people on this platform. That's why when you post a video and another creator posts a video about the same topic with a higher retention and a higher watch time, their chances of going viral goes higher, but yours doesn't. And to break that cycle, you have to understand how to use pattern interrupts. Now, there is different types of pattern interrupts that you could use in your videos that make people watch for longer. The first one, and probably the most popular one, which is B-roll. B-roll is simply the footage that you add on your timeline, above the moments that you speak in front of the camera or above your voiceover. And this is one of the most important parts about content creation and even video editing. When you fully understand B-roll, your ability to make people engage more and more with your videos goes higher if you follow two simple rules. Show what you tell, and this is a simple rule that says show what you're actually saying, to make the viewer fully understand what you're saying with visuals and get the attention of the viewer. Now, if you don't know this, we as content creators have the ability to access two senses in the human body, which is the hearing sense and the visual sense. If you don't actually optimize your visual sense of watching videos, your ability to capture attention and make people watch for longer is going to be wasted. Now, the second rule of B-roll is try to trigger emotion. When you add any type of B-roll on your videos, you have to understand that the more you trigger emotion in the viewer's mind, the more they'll be invested into watching more of your video. Now, the second part, or the second pattern interrupt, which is motion graphics. Motion graphics is a little bit more complex from B-roll because it takes a lot of time to compose and it takes a lot of time to actually understand between keyframing and timing and even finding the right elements to show to the viewer. But this is a perfect way in order to show what you're actually telling to the viewer, if you know what you're doing as a motion graphicer or a video editor. And if I'm being honest, the last thing that I want to do in any of my YouTube videos is a lot of motion graphics. They attract a certain type of viewers that I don't actually want to follow me or even watch my videos. Now, the third and the most important pattern interrupts that you could use ever is text. Text is one of the elements that you should always use in your videos. They are extremely simple and easy to use. You just add the text to emphasize a point and make your point even clearer to your audience. But one of the tricks to be a master in this pattern interrupt is typography, which is aligning text and using the right fonts that match your video's vibe and what you're saying. And the second one is don't overuse it. Text is one of the great ways in order to express yourself in video and content creation. But the more you use it, the more boring it's going to be. That's why I always use it with a purpose and try to use different fonts in the same video. And to fully understand why text actually works, the human body and brain is designed to read text as it appears. You can't really escape the fact that every time you see a text, your mind starts to analyze that simple text, process what it's saying in order to fully understand it. This is why it's one of the most important parts about creating YouTube shorts or Instagram reels, because it captures attention and keeps the viewer engaged for longer. Now, if you want to know how to be a better video editor, watch this video because it could help you understand a lot.